Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, coming at you with 5 cards that desperately need a reprint in 2021. Now we are approaching the Megatins in about 3 months since it is March as of this recording. We are also on the verge of getting a new ban list quite soon as well. And there are a lot of cards that the community really wants and needs. So these are 5 cards that I think deserve a reprint. Now, if you agree or disagree with this list, let me know in the comment section below, and definitely let me know some cards that need a reprint, but these are just 5 on top of my head. So the first card I have here is Elemental Hero Air Neos. Now, Konami loves to reprint and put hero cards in literally every single type of reprint set that they can possibly imagine, right? It's like they have a fetish for it at this point, right? Because, hey, heroes sell. You know what would sell? A card that hasn't got a reprint in over 10 years. That might be a good idea, wouldn't it? And as I'm bringing you guys Elemental Hero Air Neos. Now, this only has 1 printing in Strike of Neos as an ultra rare and as the ultimate rare. Ultra rares, first ed light plays are about $70 and first ed near mints are about $80. The ultimate rare is we don't want to talk about that price, but hey, if you want to go search it up, go for it. It's around $400. I'll tell you that right now. This card desperately needs a reprint because, number one, people like to collect heroes, right? Heroes have a competitive fan base, if you could call heroes competitive, right? The only like really good hero player I know is like Rogue Hero, but you don't really see them much in the meta right now. And a lot of players like to, again, like I said, like to collect, right? And this is a card that they should have to pay $70, $80 for. Some players want it as maybe a super poly target or just to play for fun, right? The point is, the community has been needing and wanting a reprint of this card for a very long time. In Battles of Legend Armageddon, we got a lot of reprints from the GX era when it comes to their extra deck monsters, and this wasn't one of them, and I was greatly disappointed. We also got a C92, not normal 92. So we got a reprint of a 50-cent card, but not the reprint of the $50 version, which was great. So, you know, it's not like hasn't had a printing in 6 years. But I'll stop ranting about Battles of Legend Armageddon right now. And we're going to get to the second card. Also, if you guys can leave a like and subscribe, that would be awesome. I'd love to hit 1,400 subscribers by the end of March. That would be awesome. If you're buying cards off TCG Player, please find the link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. Consider being a YouTube channel member. So, with all that out of the way, the second pick I have here is Ash Blossom. And you guys are probably thinking to yourself, why Ash Blossom? Well, this card has had so many reprints that's not even, I can't even count. Well, I could, it's around 9 or 10. However, right, they've put this in a structure deck, which is a Soul Burner structure deck that sold out very quickly as a common, and then they gave us something called Dual Devastator, which was a huge like reprint set. It's supposed to help like starter players get them one of every hand trap, which is kind of cool. And every time Ash Blossoms come out, like in Dual Devastator, it was about a $6 card. $5, $6. Now, the cheapest Ash Blossom, right, unless they get reprinted for a little lower, they're usually around $17, $18, if not more. And that's including the Dual Devastator and the common version. Imagine paying over $50 for a playset of common Ash Blossom. Well, you don't have to imagine because TCG Player's right there. I know you could just open up and tab and look at it. But point is, right, is that this card desperately needs a reprint. It is one of undoubtedly the best hand trap in the game that's ever been created. And it's almost used in every single format ever since it came out, right? Sometimes not as heavily, but it's always had a strong presence. And I think a lot of players, because either they play their versions or they need more versions for like different decks, most players at least have 6 Ash Blossoms. I know I have 6. I have my original secrets, and then I have my super rares from Valhalla. And and then I have my golds actually. So I have 9 Ash Blossoms, and I like to run multiple decks, right? Some players will swap 3 to, you know, in order to save money, which is completely respectable. Some have 12, and then some people like to slobber on their cards, so they need new Ash Blossoms, right? Point is, Ash Blossom desperately needs a reprint that is extremely accessible, right? My thoughts on how to address this whole Ash Blossom thing is either put it as a promo of some kind where you're guaranteeing Ash Blossom in a cheaper set, or maybe in our next reprint set like the Megatins, throw it in there again as a promo and maybe in the set as well, right? Because it's absolutely crazy, but I don't think they're going to do that. It's just what I think would be great. Now, the third card that I actually have here is Dragon Maid Hospitality. Now, Dragon Maids have, you know, been in and out of the meta because of Dragon Links, and they've gotten a lot of good reprints of Maximum Gold, including Nurse and Kitchen, I believe. So, you know, with Dragon Maids getting their reprints, their other cards went up. Now, one of these cards was the $5-6 card called Dragon Maid Hospitality. It shot up to when Maximum Gold came out, about a $40-$45 card. Now it's sold around $30 for a super rare coming out of Mystic Fighters. But this is a card that you're going to need for Dragon Maids, and this is a lot of money just for one card, especially for something like Dragon Maids, just to like play Dragon Link, or hey, baby pure Dragon Maids, you know, it's playable now, unlike post-Mystic Fighters. Post-Mystic Fighters, Dragon Maid was just, it was just awful. But Dragon Maid Hospitality desperately needs a reprint. It's similar to how when Eldritch the Golden Lord got reprinted in Maximum Gold, Eldland shot from being like a couple dollars to about $30 at, I believe, post Maximum Gold, it went up to $35. Less than Hospitality somehow, although Eldritch is actually meta, and you know, Dragon Maids aren't as meta relevant. So very odd logic there, but I think that Konami needs to be careful of what they reprint sometimes, because if they reprint one thing, another thing that did not get reprint is going to go up. I mean, hence economics, I guess. The fourth card I have here is Madolche Queen Tiramisu. Now, Madolches are my favorite archetype, but that's not why it's here. The reason why it's here is because the cheapest version, which is a common, is about $6-7, quickly going up to about $9-10 for a common. Right? If you want a holographic version, it's going to cost you a lot more, especially if you want ultimates like I have, which I got my ultimates Post Abyss Rising for about $8, and they're currently now for first and near mints about 100 plus. But just to get the card in any accessible version, or even like something kind of nice like the original Ultra, which I absolutely love, is quite difficult. And this is a rogue deck as well. I know I actually got a top in one of the recent extravaganzas, so that'll be a separate video, by the way, because I find the deck profile extremely interesting. I completely respect the guy and love it and stuff. It's just not what I expected, and it was cool to see some spice. But going on to the point here is Madolches have always been a lot of money, as in Madolche being a $30 super, and putting Sasor, not putting Sasor, but Chocolate a la Monde being up to $100 for the ultra rare, and then getting reprinted and lowering those prices tremendously. Konami's been slowly but surely reprinting Madolches. Every time they reprint a Madolche though, one of them starts going up even heavier. So the reason why I'm saying Tiramisu though and not Pudding Sass is because Pudding Sass, even though as a one-of, it's more expensive than Tiramisu, a common being like $11-12, ultra rares being like $30, and ultis, you know, going almost to the moon. The reason why I have Tiramisu is that it's a 3-of, while Pudding Sass is actually the Garnet. It's a 1-of. It's a great card, but I would rather pay, let's say it gets a reprint and now it's like $3. I'd rather pay $9 to replace it and then have to spend, say, you know, for the cheapest version $12 for a common, then vice versa, and have to pay something extraordinary for 3 cards instead of 1-of. So Madolche Pudding Sass is technically here too. It's just, you know, to keep it 5 cards, I'm putting Tiramisu because of those reasons. Also is the best rank 4 in my opinion. Changed my mind. Now, the 5th and last card I have here is Satellarknight Deneb. Now, first editions from Duelist Alliance are about $10, with Megatons being a little lower. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because it has been 6 years since this card's got a reprint, and it is a fan favorite deck since a lot of people love Duelist Alliance. They consider it one of their favorite sets. It progressed the game forward for better and for worse, since it power corrupted a lot of stuff. We had Burning Abyss, Shaddoll, Satellarknight in that set. And everything else is kind of irrelevant. I mean, if you like UAs, cute, but like, do you? But the point is not that everyone like Duel suck. It's that Shaddolls and BA have gotten a Link Monster and support, while Satellarknights haven't got anything. Seeing that Constellars got support recently in Blazing Vortex, and seeing that people really want Satellarknight stuff, Konami's probably going to release a Link Monster or some type of new support for them. Now, when this happens, people are going to look at the very limited quantities of the Neb, because there's not that many, actually, believe it or not. Not only are there only 2 printings, but not many quantities. It's going to get bought out within 30 minutes. And I'm probably being very gracious here. It's probably going to start being a $35 card. People aren't going to afford it. And they maybe just want to play Stellar Knights again. So I think this card could really benefit off having a reprint, since a lot of the other cards from Duelist Alliance, like Burning Abyss and Shaddoll, have gotten multiple reprints. I mean, I know Shaddoll's got that structure deck, but they also got some love in Duel Overload as well with a Construct reprint. You know, Burning Abyss has had multiple Dante reprints, and, you know, multiple versions of their smaller cards. Stellar Knights, really, all they have is they got some super rares in Astral Pack, like Super Altair, right? And that's kind of it. They really haven't got reprinted out of their age. So I think that they should be treated like the other two archetypes that were popular back then, post-Duelist Alliance, and Deneb should get the reprint since it's a 3 of as well. With that being said, guys, leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe, and let me know what you guys thought of this video. I like having a 5 cards having your... not 5 cards having your trade, but 5 cards that need a reprint once every 2 months. But if you guys really like this series, I see like 50, 60 likes, I'll probably do it more often, maybe like once a month, whenever it's really needed. So I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to like and subscribe. See ya.